Welcome in, Mr. Jorgens here for some notes on section 8.3 on finding the vertex. There will be a few questions along the way, so make sure you follow along and enter your answers as they come up. All right, example 1, we're going to find the vertex of f of x equals 2x squared plus 8x minus 1. Our key word there is the vertex. And it's been a little bit of time since we went over that, but we've kind of defined the vertex, and we're thinking about parabolas. So we're thinking about graphs of those U-shaped parabola graphs, and our vertex is going to be that turnaround point. So that point on the graph where the graph switches from either decreasing to increasing or increasing to decreasing. Now, the way we're going to find the vertex is by using the formula x equals negative b over 2a. So 2 times a. And so that's kind of our formula that we're going to use throughout the day. So that's one that you should definitely write down somewhere. Now, within our problem here, a is always the number in front of x squared. B is always the number in front of x. And c is always the number at the end. So it's ax squared plus bx plus c. So in this case, our a is 2, our b is 8, and our c is a minus 1. So if I'm trying to find the vertex, I can plug in those numbers. So x equals negative b, so negative 8 because my b is 8, divided by 2 times a, where a is 2. In the bottom, 2 times 2 is 4, and then negative 8 divided by positive 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2, and a negative divided by a positive is a negative 2. So again, I'm trying to find that coordinate of the vertex, right? That point down here. And so in terms of the coordinates of that point, I know the x-coordinate is going to be negative 2. And then I need to be able to know what the y-coordinate would be. And the way I'm going to find the y-coordinate is I'm going to take down my original equation. So where I can find my original equation is up here, right? F of x equals 2x squared plus 8x minus 1. So f of x equals 2x squared plus 8x minus 1. And I can plug in my negative 2. So 2 times negative 2 squared plus 8 times negative 2 minus 1. Start with my exponent. Negative 2 squared is 4. Then I can do my 2 multiplications. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times a minus 2 is a minus 16. And then I can go ahead and subtract. 8 minus 16 makes a negative 8 minus 1. Working left to right is going to make a negative 9. And f of x is my output. So that's telling me that y is going to be negative 9, right? Because this f of x is my y. So my y is going to be negative 9. So then the y-coordinate at that point would be negative 9. So my vertex would be then that point. My vertex would be negative 2, comma, negative 9. The last kind of point we need to know is something called the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is just going to be whatever the x-coordinate of the vertex is. The axis of symmetry is a line that would kind of cut the parabola in half. And that line would be a vertical line, so an x equal 2 line. And it's going to go through whatever that x-coordinate of the vertex is, which is negative 2 in this case. So the axis of symmetry, we call it like the AOS. Axis of symmetry is always just whatever our x-coordinate of the vertex is. In this case, x equals negative 2. So those are kind of the two things we need to know about the vertex. Again, our formula x equals negative b divided by 2 times a is going to stay with us throughout the day. And so we're going to continue practicing that on the next screen. All right, so for next problem, we're going to find the vertex of f of x equals 2x squared minus 4x plus 5. So the first thing I need to know is I need to know my formula x equals negative b divided by 2 times a. And again, I need to know my a, my b, and my c, right? So my a is 2, my b is negative 4. What would my c be? So what would be c in this problem? Go ahead and enter your answer when you're ready. Yeah, c would be 5, just the number left on the end, right? So then I can go ahead and plug them in. So x equals, we'll write it this way. Vertically, x equals negative 4 over 2 times 2. So negative 4 is a positive 4 over 2 times 2. Go ahead and solve that out for x. So 4 divided by 2 times 2. Enter your answer for x when you're ready. Yeah, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So hopefully you found x equal to 1. Now that we have 1, we can go ahead and solve that for y. So once I have my x is 1, I can plug it in for y. So we'd have f of x equals 2 times 1 squared minus 4 times 1 plus 5. Solving that out, 1 squared is just 1, so 2 times 1 minus 4 times 1 plus 5. 2 minus 4 plus 5. So if f of x, if my y value is 2 minus 4 plus 5, go ahead and solve that out. So just this out, 2 minus 4 plus 5 for my y value. Enter your answer when you're ready. Yeah, it'd be negative 2 plus 5, which is a positive 3. So my y value would be 3. So that would mean in terms of my parabola, my vertex would be 1, 3. And once I know my vertex is 1, 3, my axis of symmetry is going to be the x coordinate of that vertex. So the axis of symmetry would be x equals 1. All right, you go ahead and try this one. You're going to find the vertex of f of x equals 3x squared minus 6x plus 5. Let's go ahead and work that out again. We're using the formula x equals negative b divided by 2 times a. Go ahead and work that one out and enter your answer for the vertex, the point x comma y, when you're ready. So just looking at the x coordinate of that vertex, took negative 6 divided by 2 times 3. Again, my a would be 3, my b would be negative 6, my c would be 5. So my x coordinate is going to be 1. Then I can plug that back in to find the y coordinate. So plugging that back in, 1 squared is just 1. 3 times 1, and then 6 times 1 is 3, and a minus 6 plus 5. 3 minus 6 is a negative 3, plus 5 is a positive 2. And again, f of x is that y value. So my y would be 2. So that would mean the coordinates of my vertex would be the point 1, 2. And again, if you were asked for the axis of symmetry, that's just the x coordinate of the vertex. So our axis of symmetry would just be then x equal to 1 for this one. All right, that should give you a good setup on how to find the vertex. That's the one thing we're trying to be able to do within the section for today, as well as be able to identify the axis of symmetry when you're asked to do that. So you should be able to go ahead and try the big ideas problem. Thanks for staying tuned, and we will continue with chapter 8 next time.